Good day everyone, here is our presentation Journey to the River Sea by Eva Ibbotson. This presentation includes the statement of the topic and purpose, summary, setting, characters, point of view, theme, interpretation about the story, message, and life lessons. I'm Angeline Rodriguez together with my group mates, Raymart Cesar, Jason Espilimbergo, Marco Trabalo, Daniel Laprisa, Josh Pahilangco, Rica Micursat, Maria Teresa Avila, Rizalyn Obien, and Maricar Jimena.
The Journey of the River Sea, written by Eva Ibbotson, published by Macmillan in 2001. A joyous Amazon adventure set in the lush nature of Brazil. Journey to the River Sea is filled with mystery and extraordinary characters. Maia, an orphan, can wait to reach her distant relatives 1,000 miles up the Amazon. She imagines a loving family with whom she will share great adventures.
For more information, let us know the background of the novel's author, Eva Ibbotson. Who is Eva Ibbotson? Eva Ibbotson was a British novelist specializing in romance and children's fantasy. She was born in Vienna, Austria in 1925. She attended Bedford College, graduating in 1945, Cambridge University from 1946 to 1947, and the University of Durham, from which she graduated with a diploma in education. Her books are imaginative and humorous, and most of them feature magical creatures and places, despite the fact that she disliked thinking about the supernatural, and created the characters because she wanted to decrease her readers' fear of such things. Some of the books, particularly Journey to the River Sea, also reflect Ibbotson's love of nature. Ibbotson wrote this book in honor of her husband, a former naturalist, who had died just before she wrote it.
Statement of the topic and purpose. The statement of the topic is all about Maia, who wants to become more close to her relatives or getting to know each other. But it's not happen. They only wants her money, and the purpose of the story is upset your family, not only for their money, but for their personality. If you did wrong, face the consequences.
Let's move in the statement indicating writer's main reaction to the work.
Journey to the river. See, not long after my husband did. He was a committed naturalist, someone who combined a deep knowledge of animals and plants with a spiritual outlook that had been strengthened by his war service in India and Burma. I think I felt at the time that I need a rest from my usual fantasy story. Tooth goodness knows the Amazon landscape is fantastical enough in its own right. I wanted to write a story that was simple and full of passion and direct. But I have to say that the reason one gives for writing anything tend to be made up after awards. At the times, you just find yourself doing it.
For more idea about the novel, let's talk about the characteristics of character.
Maia, our main character, who becomes an orphan after the death of her parent, Mr. Morey, Marian's guardians, and the one who assisted her with the money her parents left. The Carters, Maria relatives who can talk her in but were only after the money she had. Gwendolyn and Beatrice Card, antagonists in the story and have shown great hatred towards Maria since the beginning. Miss Minton, Maria's new tutor who travel with her on her way to the character's house. Clovis King, a struggle child actor. Fine. A boy running from Bria directives called the crew who were trying to force him to return to England and cleanse in her in trade. Sir Audrey, Fine's father, who had a heart attack due to shock of realized that his son who had returned home was actually someone else.
The settings of Journey to the River Sea, an Amazon adventure set in the wilderness of Brazil. Journey to the River Sea is filled with mystery and memorable characters. It is 1910s and Maya, tragically orphaned at 13, has been sent from England to start a new life with distant relative in Manaus, hundreds of miles up at has been sent from England to start a new life with distant relative in Manaus, hundreds of miles up the Amazon. The conflict of Journey to the River Sea. Men whom Mia nicknames the Crows are chasing him because his grandfather wants him to be the heir of Westwood, the estate of the Whately Tavernier family. Finn doesn't want to go because he wants to travel up the Amazon River to where an Indian tribe called the Santilite.
What is the point of view of a novel? The point of view of a novel is Maia is an orphan and the main character of the book. She is bright, passionate, adventurous, determined, and resourceful. Maia has great ambition and talent for music. She used to live and study at a boarding school in England called the Mayfair Academy for Young Women. All costs are subsidized by his parents' trust fund. His parents had died and he traveled to the Amazon to live with his relatives, the Carters, who exploited, neglected, and abused him, only keeping him under a roof of his parents' money. She grew close to his caregivers, Miss Minton. She also forms a very close band with Clovis King and Finn Taverner, who, if in a different way, are in a similar lonely and vulnerable situation to his own. Maia also met many people such as Professors Neville Glastonbury, Sergey, and Olga. Maia is excited and confused by the unexplored Amazon and cares deeply for it to become her own home. She is kind, intelligent person who is very adventurous and has a passionate personality. What is the theme of a novel? The theme of the story is adventure novel. The adventure novel consists of books where the protagonist goes an epic journey. Journey to the River Sea is an exciting adventure story which revolves around themes of family and class and the struggles of life as some characters face certain challenges that taught them important life lessons. Let's talk about the summary of a novel.
Maya, an orphan, attends the Mayfair Academy for Young Ladies in England, a boarding school funded by her parents' trust fund. She is overjoyed when her lawyer, Mr. Murray, informs her that she will be moving to Manaus, Brazil to live with some distant cousins. Her classmates, on the other hand, tell her it's a land of man-eating crocodiles and nasty Indian tribes, not a wonderland of colorful birds and curtains of beautifully perfumed orchids trailing from the trees. Maya meets a fellow traveler who does not share her joy for their adventure as she cruises from England to Brazil with her governess, Miss Minton. Clovis King is a stage name used by Jimmy Bates. He is traveling with his adoptive parents acting troupe, but all he wants to do is to return to England and his foster mother. Maya vows to attend his troupe's performance. When Maya arrives in Brazil, she discovers the wonderland she had imagined. Her new family, on the other hand, left a lot to be desired. Mr. and Miss Carter, both English nationals, appears to despise the land in which they live. They avoid going outside nearly entirely because they are afraid of bugs and diseases. Their daughters, Beatrice and Gwendoline, are selfish and spoiled, and they reflect their parents' abuse on the count. When the day of Clovis's play approaches, the Carters naturally want to take their children to watch performs from their beloved England. But Maya is not among them. Despite being left at home, she sneaks out and attempts to get to the theater She soon becomes disoriented and relies on the compassionate Indian boy to show her the way. Clovis has an excellent performance as Little Lord Fauntleroy, but his voice cracks at the crucial points the rest of the play. As the days go by, Maya begins to feel that the life with the Carters is no longer bearable. They keep her trapped, unable to explore the beautiful world around her. And what's worse, she doesn't really care about them, and her monthly scholarship she received from Mr. Murray only money. Luckily, Maya is reunited with the Indian boy who helped her on the night of her play. She discovers that he is half British and half Santi, his Native American name Fentabenur. Finn is now on the run of two men, Mr. Trapwood and Mr. Rowe, whom Maya calls the Crow, who are looking for the heir to the Westwood, a wealthy taverner estate in England. Finn hears an unfortunate story about his life in Westwood from his father, so he flees from the crowds who try to force him there. Instead, Finn plans to sail the Amazon, which the locals call the Sea of Rivers, in search of his mother's tribe Santi.
Maya introduces Finn to Clavis, and the boys find opportunities to help each other. Clavis fled the threat but had no way returning to England. The group plans. Clavis pretends to be Taverner's successors and goes westward with Crow. But Finn stays behind the Clavis so he can search for his mother tribe leaves for England. One day, Miss Minton leaves home for a new job as a tutor to a Russian family. She instead to take Maya to get her out of her dreaded cartel family, but Maya is unaware of this, leaving her feeling devastated and abandoned. When the twins accidentally start a fire and destroy the Carter house, the family is rushed to the hospital, leaving Maya behind. Taking her opportunity, she finds Finn and embarks on the adventure in the Amazon with him. Meanwhile, in England, Clovis reunites with his adopted mother, and she encouraged him to reveal his true identity. The sir was so shocked that he had a heart attack. Clovis eventually tells him it was a joke, and he decides to remain Westwood here. Miss Minton will be back shortly, accompanied by her friend Professor Neville Glastonbury, noticing Maya missing her. They track the fur down in the Amazon and eventually find her with the Santi tribe. Everyone is happy for a while, but one day Maya sings for her tribe. Several police officers near here hear her, mistaking her for her prisoner. They rush to rescue her with Miss Minton and her professor. The trio will return the Manwas but not England, as they have chosen to stay in this beautiful country.
Let's talk about the interpretation about the story.
All part of magical words that Eva Ibbotson creates in her fantasy books for children. Even her more realistic stories are set in exotic places like the Amazon River in South America, where the natural world creates a mystical sense of wonder. Ibbotson introduces us to an array of fascinating characters and creatures, some from real life, some from folklore and mythology, and some completely original. What readers discover in her books is a love for the natural world in her all its forms, plus fast-moving plots that emphasize the importance of showing kindness to others and never being quick to judge those who are different from ourselves. Humor plays an important role in her story, for they are meant to be entertaining above all, yet long after the last page is turned, the deeper meanings that emerge from these rolling clinking adventures linger in the reader's mind.
Now that we've discussed some of the novel's issues, let's move on to the novel's message and life lessons. To begin, there is saying that we must consider every action we take because it may have impact to others. This reflected on what Clovis did. He pretended to be thin and its result is very awful. Another life lesson portrayed in the story that we should not use people just for money and don't be avaricious because karma is unavoidable, like what happened to the twins Beatrice and Geldwin. Otherwise, even our distant relative should not be trusted because we don't know them well. It refers to the Carter because they took Maya in just for money that came along with her, which is very terrible. This is just a reminder to us not to trust easily.
Struggle of life because she was only taken care of by her relatives because of her money, and she loved money and work and strive for the best. Another main themes the story are family, friendship, and being strive enough to pursue your dream and focus on nature and its strong connection to the human and spirit.
This is the end of our presentation. We hope you learned a lot about the story Journey to the River Sea by Eva Ibbotson.